Another interesting edition of our current affairs program, Issues of the Moment, is coming to you from the stable of Living TV Aba in southeast Nigeria. I'm your regular host, Chimezie Ozems. On today's edition of our program, we are going to focus our attention on the March or Solidarity Rally by supporters of P2B, the presidential candidate of Labour Party across the country. In the words of Chinua Achebe, the rally is spreading like a wildfire in a Harmattan season. The rally took place in Umahi and Ebonyi states over the weekend. And for the purposes of our program today, we are going to focus our attention on the ugly incident that took place in Ebonyi state, where the supporters of P2B were prevented from holding the rally by the police. And with that, we are set for today's edition of Issues of the Moment. I have two discussants in the studio. Sitting on my far left is a regular contributor on this very program. He is Professor Chinedum Adjele. Professor Adjele, welcome to the program.
Good day, our wonderful viewers, and Mr. Moderator, thank you for having me.
I also have in the studio a young woman who is joining us for the first time on this very program. She is Amarachi Uchenna. Amarachi, welcome to Issues of the Moment.
Thank you, Moderator. Good afternoon, our viewers over there.
Let me start with you, Professor Adiele. Are we experiencing a peaceful revolution with what is happening across Nigeria?
Well, without missing words, I think that is what it appears to be, because since the inception of Nigerian politics, we've never had it this way. And not just about having it this way. There has never been a time where the youths, turn out en masse the way they've been doing recently. And it has been so. And it has been, in fact, not just about in the southeast here, but in the north and and so on. Everybody is just clamoring for effective change. Before now we heard about the change. Incidentally, nobody cared about the type of change we were expecting. So this time around, I think almost everybody is aware for a change, for a practical change, for a visible change. And so that is why it looks as if it is like, they say once bitten, twice shy. It's like almost every other person has been victims of, bad government and governance. And that is why it looks as if everywhere it is the same song everywhere.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, Amarachi, we invited you to this program because you are a youth. And if you are watching events across the country, what is happening is being spearheaded by the youth. Do you see it as a peaceful revolution?
Yeah, I see it as peaceful because, like he just said, everybody has woken up to their responsibility. Unlike in other elections, people are not interested in election, just do it the way you are, and they want it. But this day, the order has changed. Everybody is walking into the responsibility. Yeah, I have my part to play to see this election going on. The youth they have risen up to their responsibility. So I think it's a peaceful one, and the support the youth are giving to it now is something recommended. Just like he said, everybody has been victim of bad governance, and because of that, we are awoken.
Okay, thank you very much, Amarachi. What we are seeing across Nigeria is not a rented crowd. This is people coming out of their own volition to participate in that very rally. What do you think is the message they are sending, coming out freely, just like P2B will say, I will not give shishi.
And the vice will also, I will not also give shendai. Yeah, I think it is so because, like I said earlier, before now, there's always this saying, this common saying that the youths are the leaders of tomorrow. And this saying had been there for over decades, and no youth has ever emerged. And I think this time, it looks as if there is, even if you don't want to see some of them that are out, who are contesting as a youth, but they are near youth. And so this is the first time a Nigerian president or aspiring president of this country, irrespective of the political party, is at that age level and age bracket. And that is why the youth are senators, I think they are beginning now to see that they are the ones that are being deceived all this while. They are the ones that are cheated. They are the ones that are dealt with. And that is why it is not the rally, what we're seeing, this support, it is devoid of ethnicity. It's everywhere. Every person wants to be involved because they've all been victims. Even me and you, if we must tell ourselves the truth, we are victims of corruption in this nation. And so no, we've never seen it this way like this. And then the youth know also that if they don't take it up this way this time, they are going to suffer again another 8 years or 4 years, depending on, it is always it's not usually very easy to remove a sitting government.
Yes.
Except recently too. And so you can now see that this recent move is also paving way for serious innovations.
Okay, thank you. Now, Amarachi, you will also observe that when you look at the challenges facing Nigeria as a nation, the youth are at the hardest hit. We talk about high rate unemployment. We talk about violent crimes such as armed robbery and kidnapping. The youth are the most affected. So, by coming out en masse to participate in this very rally, don't you think that our youth are sending a message? Look, we are prepared to take back our country.
Yes, I think so, because the candidacy of Prutobi is a hope for the youth. The suffer, like you say, they've been used as talk, they've been used after the election, you'll be dumped and all that, you went and suffered, but they see this, the candidacy of Prutobi as a hope for them, to give hope for them, for their children yet unborn, you understand? So they see that this is the opportunity, that if we miss this opportunity, we are not going to get it again. So, so everybody all over, like you say, all over the country, be it north, be it west, wherever, they're just coming out en masse, seeing it. I think that is a good thing. That's a good thing for the youth. I mean,
Okay.
They're taking the right step.
Okay, thank you. Now, Professor Jele, can it be said that with what is happening that all hope is not lost in Nigeria?
Yes, well, at this part of the globe, we are mostly Christians, and we believe the bulk of the thing stops at the table of God. And for those of us who also believe in God, we've always known that all hopes are not lost. And especially if we also take a little biblical account where it says that when the righteous is on the throne, the people will rejoice. The youths, because of what they have passed through, because of what they have suffered, because I know most of us, me and so many others, because of what happened in 1983 and so on between Idiabo and the current president of this country, every other person in this country shouted for that change, accepted that change, wanted a change. But just like the saying in Igbo, that it is only when a woman marries two husbands that they will now know the best. And I think Nigerians have seen that. So I think that is exactly what is happening. And then we are believing that this one that has not been tested, has not been tried, either in the military or in the civilian room, I think they're expecting something. And not just that. There is a saying also in Igbo, in the Igbo balance, that whoever that wants to heal or cure within must first of all present his fingers, because it's only when you suffered it that you know how to go about it. And the utterances from this other man, I am not a Labour Party person, but what is happening in Nigeria should cut across political parties and ethnicity. And I think that is exactly what is happening now. Too many things are happening, and many has equally happened. So that is why it's the way it is, even as we speak. And a lot more are happening. Anywhere you go, people are talking about this. I know the other time a lot of people were articulated, and this time around people are being obedient. So I think if you combine the two, people are articulatively obedient this period, and then I think that is what is happening in Nigeria.
Okay, thank you. Amarachi, the rally took place in Ebonyi State over the weekend. It also took place in Umahi, the Abia State capital. But that of Ebonyi State, it was alleged that the governor, David Umahi, gave an order to the police to ensure that the rally did not hold. What's your take on that? Is that a sign of good omen?
I don't think so, because I think that the ground should be open for everyone, to go and do your rally. So for you to put a restriction for a particular party not to campaign in your state, I don't think is a good idea. I don't think he did the right thing. From my own view, I don't think he did the right thing. You understand? The people should be open. Do your thing, and you go. Let the people vote whoever they want to vote. It's their choice.
I think from what she's saying, there is this biblical quotation, that a prophet is without honor in his land.
Yes.
And I think that is exactly what is amplified in Ebonyi State. Because if there have been successful rallies across the north in the name of that same person, and then it happened here, nobody stopped them. I don't know why it should be in Ebonyi State, the base of the man in question. I don't know why it should be so. It just because I think that is just part of the distance, part of the biblical quotation, like I said earlier. And every right-thinking Nigerian this time should know that political party is a combination of alphabetical words that has nothing to do with individuals and personalities. And this time around, we should be talking about individuals. People will know their pedigree. People will know their profile and so on. Nobody's talking about political party. It's just like the name we bear. Sociologically, a name is just a mere social identification. That is why Carlos Wago can be a Christian, why Christian Machuku can be a criminal. You see? So because of that, I think that was a very wrong move in Ebonyi. If Dave Umahi has hand in that is too bad of him. That is too bad, and that is it's just like saying that the true blood of the Igbo man is not running in here. It's not too bad. If the Norths are welcome, and in fact, I was reading an article where one Hausa man, one Alhaji Sadiq something, is the coordinator of one of the movements in the North, and then back here in his home region,
yes. And
then somebody is stopping it. It's very wrong. I don't know what you intend to get from that, and I don't know if you think that is going to maybe boost you. After all, if at all is what he did. He contested. He failed in the primaries for the presidential. Why didn't they give him the presidential ticket of APC? They didn't give it to him, and so this one that succeeded, though with another party. This is time. This is high time. Our people should be developed mentally and to know that this is not a time for political party. Political party does not change any human being. Political party cannot do anything. It is the ideologies of human beings that are used to form a political party. And so we should be considering the individuals that are involved and not the parties.
Okay, Amarachi, do you think that what happened in Ebonyi State is good for our democracy?
It's not good for democracy, and I don't think, to me, I would think that it's even wrong for the perception of people seeing Igbo, that they're saying that Igbos don't love themselves. Like, if this thing should happen in the North, I don't think that such thing can happen. You understand? So it just means that, I don't know, the saying Igbo doesn't love themselves. How can people, it's sending the wrong message to people there. How can, like he said, you go to the North, you see the people coming out in the North, it was successful. Now in your own base, and they're putting a restriction. It's not good. It's not really good for it's not good. I think they said democracy is you're free to exercise yourself. So I think they should look into it. It's really it's not good. It's not good at all.
Okay, thank you very much. At this point, we are going to take a short break, and when we come back, issues of the moment will continue. And on today's edition, we are taking a look at the rally by supporters of P2B, the presidential candidate of Nigeria's Labour Party. Stay tuned. program. You are watching Issues of the Moment, and on today's edition, we are focusing our attention on the rally or solidarity rally by supporters of P2B, the presidential candidate of Labour Party. At this point, we are going to open our telephone line so that you'll be able to participate on today's edition of the program. You can reach us on 091-6828-4994. 091-6828-4994. Now, Professor Dear, let me ask you, don't you think that other state governors who are not members of Labour Party may replicate what David Umahi did in Ebonyi State?
It's very possible. It's very possible. But since it has been the thing that rally has held here in Niger State. It was held, I think, last week or thereabout.
Last Saturday.
Last Saturday.
Yes.
And it just like in some other states, even in the north, it has also happened. And I'm not sure there is any state in the whole federation that is a Labour Party state. Yet they allowed it. Because these are the people who are understanding the handwriting, the footprint, you know. Because I think it is high time people are now beginning to note that life itself is not computed by its duration but by its donation. We have had a lot of leaders, a lot of presidents and so on. But what has been their contribution in the footprint of life? I think this is one thing any reasonable governor of any state should be asking himself. And the moment you ask yourself this question, it is very easy to know. No, there is no need stopping. One of the American presidents defined democracy as the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. There is no political party that is supposed to stop any other political party from holding a rally.
Yes.
Because all the political parties, they are all registered. They have constitutional backing to move around the whole state. There is no state that is predominantly owned by a political party. But if it's Nigeria being a federated, all these states being federated units of the nation, so they should be allowed to exercise their right by going round. And if you look at most of these rallies as we speak, you know, they are not controlled by Obi himself. I am not a Labour Party person, but I know they are not to be. I remember somebody sent me a text and said, we want you to be part of the obedient something. I asked the person who is anchoring it. He said, no, that they are volunteers. So how is it sponsored? He said it is individual contribution. And that goes a long way to tell you that Nigerians are really out. The youths are really out to ensure that there is effective change. And that is why it is happening. But let me also use this medium with due respect to all our governors. I don't think it is proper for any person, for any individual, for any governor, whether it is party A or party B, to stop any person. By doing that, you are even making the person more popular. I think Mbakwe said that. He said that when gossip is a spice of politics and democracy, and that when you are gossiped about, automatically the person who is gossiping about you is helping to popularize you. And what Dave Umahi did, if actually he did that, what he did is sending a signal that they are afraid that this man is going to take over the country. That is what it means. That's the signal he's sending. So, but if you are allowed, it's just like between the hen and the dog. You know, while the eagle or the kite, they don't take the duckling. They don't carry the duckling. Why? Because the first day they tried, the dog looked up and saw the kite carrying the little baby, the duckling, and looked at it and continued what it was doing, and did not mind. And when the kite got there, the mother kite asked, what happened? What was the reaction of the mother of the duckling? He said, Ma'am, this is a good food. The mom never did anything, just looked at me and continued. He said, please, take the duckling back. That one that kept quiet has something in mind. But when it comes to the chicken, And the hen shouted, flew almost to catch the disease. When he got there, he said, don't worry, that one is done and finished. This is a good food. So that's exactly what Dave Umahi has depicted.
Yes.
And it is very wrong. He shows that he's afraid. He's afraid of his brother becoming the president of the country. But if you had kept quiet and allowed them as if nothing is happening, and continue what he's doing, even if he's supporting his party, which is normal, then, it will look as if nothing is happening.
Yes.
But what he has done, he has actually told the world that he's afraid that something is going to happen.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, Amarachi, you will certainly agree with me that Dave has done very well in the area of infrastructural development. But is that a valid excuse why he should take away the political rights of the people?
Well, the fact that he has done well, that's what he should do. As a governor, you are there. That's why they put it there, to fix the state. So for the fact that you fix the state has nothing in tampering in the right of another person. I mean, we've said this and we have been saying it. What he did is absolutely wrong. He has no right. The fact that he's the governor doesn't give him those rights to stop the rally of P2B. It doesn't give him the right. So that what he did is not acceptable anywhere. It is not.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, Professor Dele, is it enough to embark on a rally? Don't you think that the people should also obtain their PVC, which is the most important thing?
Yes, I was actually coming to that. But before then, he talked about Dave Umahi doing very well in terms of infrastructure. Yes, we say he's doing very well because in so many other states, the same thing are not happening. Because I was in Ebonyi about 2 weeks ago. In fact, in the night when I left my hotel room, when my host came to the hotel to take me around in the night, you think you're in a foreign land. It's so wonderful. He has done very well, but that is not enough. That he has done well is what is expected of any governor. It's not as if you are using their personal money to do it. It is the money generally owned by the people. Just that you are given an opportunity to administer it, you are given an opportunity to take care of it. So it is not enough. That is why the Athens, in their definition of democracy, they will tell you it is fairness, equity, and justice. And that is what it should be. Though, as we moved around Ebonyi that day, one of my friends, who is also a civil servant, said too many other negative things.
Yes.
But we are talking about what we are seeing practically. And we, in so many other states, even here, we know it's not like that. And so, kudos to that. But he's almost trying to destroy what he did by stopping other people from practicing their rights. So talking about that, honestly, I was coming to that. It is not all about rallying around. It is not all about meeting 1 million persons and so on. It's just like the assessment they did based on online supporters. Obi came first. Obi was leading both PDP and APC. It is not enough. How many of these people who are conducting these rallies, how many of them have their PVCs? That is what your PVC.
That's the question.
Big volume, and not even marching around, chanting your supportive songs and so on. It's not enough. But what about your PVC? It is PVC that will matter. If the number of people who are conducting these rallies all throughout the nation, if they all have their PVCs, then they have the right to go ahead. But if you don't have your PVC and you're chanting all these supportive songs, you're wasting your time and you're deceiving the man you claim you're supporting. So it is important for each and every one of us. On the news today, we had about 7 million Nigerians are being deprived, and four different organizations are suing INEC as we speak for depriving people of their PVC, those that have registered online, and they've not been opportune to get their, PVC. And so, if such is happening, that is to tell you that before now, nobody had the time to talk about how they're going to sue them for PVC and so on. That is to tell you. And INEC should make this and make sure, whether it is 1 month or 1 more week or 2 more weeks, and make sure that every person is empowered with his PVC. It is important.
Okay, thank you very much, Professor Adele. We are gradually coming to the end of today's edition of our program. But before we call it a day, Amarachi, let me ask you to talk to our youth. Just like I said during the outset of this program, that our youth are the ones spearheading the P2B rallies. I want you to talk to them, especially on the importance of PVC.
Yeah, just like Professor Adele has said, it's not all about going around chanting, we want a new governance, a new Nigeria, and all that. The most important thing is for you to get your PVC. So if you have not gotten it yet, just go make sure you get it, because that is what will speak for you, and that is what will make the good and the new governance you're looking forward to happen. Because without it, nothing. So go out there, make sure you have your PVC.
Okay, thank you very much. And I think with that, we have come to the end of today's edition of Issues of the Moment. What Amarachi is saying, that power only comes out through the ballot box and not through the barrel of a gun. I want to thank Professor Chinedu Madele for being part of today's edition of our program, and also Amarachi Uchenna. I want to thank both of you for coming to our studio to talk to us on this very important subject.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Chimezie Ozems. Join us on Friday for another interesting edition of Issues of the Moment, and stay tuned for other beautiful programs on this very channel, The Living TV. Bye for now.
To be millionaires is running the country down. We all want to be millionaires and to live in the air. Oh, let's save Nigeria so Nigeria won't die. Which way Nigeria? Which way Nigeria? Which way to go? Which way to go? I love my fatherland. Oh yeah. I want to know. Yes, we want. Remember that a simple step is the beginning of 1,000,000 miles. Let's start right now to repeat ourselves so as to make the country smile. Let's save Nigeria so Nigeria won't die. Which way Nigeria? Which way Nigeria? Heaven and earth will pass away. It is written in the book of God. The good people we shall find their ways, and the meek will inherit the world. Let's save Nigeria so Nigeria won't fall.